The next tip that I want to tell you is take your children to church. Take them to worship. They have to believe in something or they'll fall for anything. And in my home, we are a Christian home, and and that's me. In my world, I am a Christian. Now, when it comes to doing the work that I do, a lot of my clients, they have all different types of spirituality. Some don't have any. And God gave us free will to choose. So I don't project my beliefs onto them or anything like that. If they invite spirituality in, I always say, and I've said this before, then we go there. But whatever it is that motivates them. But I'm saying to you parents out there, your child has to believe in something. What are your family values? What it is that you believe in them? What do you believe in? Because they have to have something to hold them accountable in this world. So I always say, take them to church. We read, we have Bible studies in my home. We get down, all of us, everybody reads a scripture, or we usually read a chapter at a time, and we talk about what we're reading. That's how the children learn. So we have Bible studies, in my home. After church, what did you learn in children's church? What did you learn when the pastor was preaching today? Let's talk about it. I want to know that you're growing in the Lord. And read for yourself. I tell them all the time. They all have their own Bibles with their names engraved on it. Read something. Give me an assignment. I give assignments and I read and come and report back what you're learning. I know as a parent, I must say I have to be much more consistent with that, because we do get busy as single parents. We get very busy, very busy. But you know what? I believe in my heart that by doing these things, it's going to be for the greater good of these children. We're raising the next generation of tomorrow. God knows we need a better turnout than what's going on right now. We need some God-fearing folks. We need some people that have our best interests and morals in mind and at heart. So keep on praying for your children, praying for our country, praying for your cities that you live in. In addition to that, be a role model for your kids. As a single parent, try to live right, try to model right for your children. If you're trying to instill values in them, then guess what? Be the values that you're trying to instill in them. Show them that it's possible, and don't be hypocritical. Whatever it is in your life that that you need to work on it, because they see everything. They're so impressionable. They see everything. So please keep that in mind, when you are, being there for your children. They know everything, and it stays with them. They may not even mention it to you, but they've tucked it into the back of their mind, and it manifests itself at the times when you be like, where in the world did that come from? I did not need that person to bring that up, or my child to bring that up. But, you work through it. And you set the example, and you apologize, and your kids need to see that you can apologize and take accountability for your own actions too. The next one is teach your children how to resolve conflicts on their own. Teach them how to resolve conflicts. If you are having an issue, a conflict, but it could be a colleague at work, it could be a neighbor, it could be a family member or a friend. They need to see you be able to, speak with appropriate, language, not yelling, cursing, screaming, fussing and fighting. They need to see that my mother or my father knows how to conduct themselves in a mature way. They know how to get business taken care of. If somebody has hurt them, it's okay. Teach them how to be able to communicate using assertiveness skills to say, hey, I'm sorry. I messed up. Please forgive me. I didn't like when you did such and such. Please, I really need for you to respect my feelings. That's important to me. And I'm not saying you gotta be a wuss or weak or anything like that. But it takes to be humble and to be honest and open and transparent and vulnerable. I'm not saying be a pushover, but I'm saying how to conduct yourself accordingly when your babies are watching. Show them that you can resolve issues as they arise. It's important for them to see that. And I talked a little bit already about, let me go back and teach them that you can apologize. They need to see that. They need to see that conflicts can be resolved and people come back together in an apologetic way. Hold your children accountable. Guys, give them chores, give them responsibilities at a very young age. When they're 2 and 3, have them pick up their toys. put away their little shoes, line them up against the wall, put them in a shoe bin, whatever. Because if you're stealing in them now, they'll be doing it as they get older, and be less work for you. Trust, I had to learn that the hard way. I will admit, staying on top of my children was difficult in that area, because I'm not the most organized myself. I know I've said that before on Queenship Women's channel. I'm not the most organized myself, so I have to continuously work on that. So I say to you out there, teach your children responsibility, because they're going to need it. They're going to need it, and they're going to appreciate it later on in life. Don't do everything for them. Don't handicap your children. Don't handicap them. Let them know that things are going to be expected of them. They're going to go to college. They're going to have roommates, and they're going to need to clean up behind themselves. So set rules for them to follow, because children need and want discipline. They don't want to, if you have very loose boundaries and no rules, they don't know how to govern themselves. And we need our kids to know how to govern themselves in this world. So please make sure that you hold them accountable, consequent them when they don't do something they're supposed to do. Because if we do it now, we ain't got to worry about the man doing it out there later, if you know what I mean. We don't have to worry about nobody out there doing it later for our children, okay? And last but not least, create a mantra. This kind of goes back to when I was saying speaking positively and praying over your children. Give them a mantra. Give them something that they can say to themselves every single day, that they can hold on to. In the therapy world, we call it positive affirmations. But positive affirmations is what we need in order to feel good about ourselves, to feel like we are contenders in this world. Every morning before I leave out, I command my morning. I read a book years ago called Command Your Morning. I forget the name of the author, but that stuck with me. In my morning, I have to pronounce and announce how my day is going to flow, so that I can get through any and everything that comes my way, by His grace and His mercy and His will and His strength. And I believe that thing.